Good evening. India Incredible, the story of real India. Spotlight Bihar. Good evening, JCs, distinguished guests, and dear participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome each one of dear participants. India Incredible, the story of real India. Tonight we travel to one of the most historically significant lands in human civilization, Bihar, the cradle of knowledge, spirituality, governance, and transformation. Long before universities became common across the world, Nalanda welcomed scholars from every corner of Asia. Long before democracy became a global aspiration, the ideals of governance, justice, and public welfare flourished under visionary leaders from this land. Bihar is where Lord Buddha attained enlightenment's greatest message, where Lord Mahavira spread compassion, where Chanakya shaped political wisdom, where Emperor Ashoka embraced peace over conquest, and where countless thinkers changed the course of history. This evening is not merely about discovering a state. It's about understanding how wisdom builds civilization, values, create leadership, and knowledge transforms generations. Let us begin this inspiring journey through the land where ideas became history and history continues to inspire the future. Bihar is often called the land of ancient wisdom, and rightly so, its contribution to India and the world extends far beyond geography. Bihar represents knowledge and learning through the world's renowned Nalanda and Vikramshila University that attracted scholars from across continents. Spiritual awakening as the sacred land associated with the Lord Buddha at Bodha Gaya and Lord Mahavira inspiring millions through peace, compassion, and self-realization. Leadership and governance through Chanakya's timeless principles of administration and Emperor Ashoka's transformation from conquest to compassion. Resilience and determination reflected in generations who gave overcome challenges through education, perseverance, and hard work. Rich heritage and culture through festivals like Chat Puja, classical traditions, literature, art, and vibrant folk culture, ensuring spirit where every generation continues to prove that true strength lies not in circumstances but in character. Beyond its glorious past, Bihar reminds us that nations are not built merely by monuments. They are built by ideas, education, values, and people willing to dream beyond limitations. Its greatest lesson is simple: knowledge creates vision, character creates legacy. Every remarkable journey deserves an equally inspiring guide. Tonight, we are privileged to be joined by a distinguished JCI leader, accomplished trainer, and dynamic administrator whose leadership journey reflects commitment, excellence, and continuous growth. She is the past zone president of JCI India, Zone 3, having successfully led one of the largest zones in JCI India during 2024 with vision, innovation, and outstanding leadership. She currently serves as a member of the JCI India Standardization and Development of System Committee, contributing to strengthening systems, processes, and organizational excellence across JCI India. Her JCI journey has been truly inspiring. She founded JCI Gorakhpur Swaraj in 2021 and has served the organization in several key leadership positions, including Zone Vice President, Zone Director Management, Zone Trainer, and ultimately Zone President. An accomplished trainer and communicator, she is a graduate of prestigious JCI programs including Speechcraft, SETI-WS, Nalanda, and CAP, and has represented JCI India at ASPAC and World Congress on several occasions. Her remarkable leadership has earned numerous recognitions, including being honored as the Outstanding Zone President of JCI India at the National Convention 2024, along with several excellence awards throughout her journey. Professionally, she holds a bachelor degree in computer science engineering and an MTech in information technology, blending technical expertise with people-centric leadership. Her passion for developing leaders, promoting organizational excellence, and inspiring positive change continues to make lasting impact across JCI India. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in extending a warm and enthusiastic welcome to tonight's distinguished trainer, JF Vasundhara Singh. Vasundhara Singh, ma'am, on behalf of JC Tripura, it's our privilege to invite you to today's session on Bihar Ancient Wisdom, Enduring Spirit. We eagerly look forward to your insight and experience as we discover the remarkable story of one India's greatest centers of knowledge and civilization. Ma'am, the platform is yours now. Please.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Chairman, sir. So I must appreciate your hard work and research. I was feeling that you were giving the training itself on this wonderful state Bihar. So I hope I would do the justice to your research. So I would like to welcome our zone president ZP Jason and ZP Gaurav.
Thank you,
Good
ma'am.
evening, both of you. My greetings to the president, Sitesh, because he has been working really hard to bring the real India to each and every individual of his local organization. So, amazing series. Without any further delay, let's start with this beautiful journey of incredible India, Bihar. So, namaskar, kaisan ba rahura lok. So this is the traditional way of sending your greetings in the Bihari language that is called Bhojpuri. First of all, I would like to tell you all that let's make this session very interactive because there are very few people and it is actually a boon in disguise because we'll be able to interact one-to-one. So I would request all of you, if possible, please switch on your cameras. Let's make some ground rules that you will be participating as much as possible. If I'm asking you to participate in the chat box, I'll be requesting you to post in the chat box. If I'll be asking you to unmute yourself and interact with the audience, interact with me. So I need your support on that as well. And one support I would like to have from the chairman, that if you could read the chat box for me. Okay. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sure, ma'am, sure.
So these are the ground rules for today. And I can see wonderful people from Kerala and from Zone 3 as well. So I would like all of you to please switch on your camera. So that would motivate me as well. And we'll be having this wonderful interaction to another level. So thank you, ZP sir. And thank you. Fine. So first thing that comes to your mind when you hear or when you see this word BIHAR, Bihar, I want you to please write in the chat box the first thing. And I would like the chairman to kindly acknowledge their answers and let us know.
Sure.
With the name.
Senator Gaurav said, IAS officers.
Oh, amazing. Yes, IAS officers. It is a mine of IAS PCS officer, Bihar. Anyone else? Anyone else has responded?
I would like to say one thing about Lalu Prasad Yadav.
Okay. When you hear Bihar, you recall Lalu Prasad Yadav. Amazing. Wonderful personality. He has given lot of fame to Bihar, maybe positive or negative, that we will discuss it later. But yes, he has given lot of fame to Bihar. What else?
JC Ekta Khanna told language.
JC Ekta Khanna told?
Language. I don't understand language. Language. She wrote language.
Language. Okay, language. Okay, language. That is Bhojpuri language. Okay, then.
Yeah, Bihari language.
Waiting for more responses. Krishna. Yes, Bhojpuri. Okay, thank you, Ekta. Krishna, JFP Krishna is there. I would like you to respond. Anjali is also there with me. She's a zone trainer from Zone 3. We have other people as well. Shiji is there as well. Okay, Litti Chokha, ZP sir has responded. Zone 3 ZP has responded. Litti chokha. Okay. Let's move forward. I would like to show you a glimpse of Bihar. And after that, let's see what is your perception. Yes, this is Bihar. And I believe none of you have responded, none of you have recalled this beautiful landscape, structure, and wonderful history of Bihar. Because I am sure how Bihar is promoted, the things are very, very different from that. Because how the world sees Bihar, how the Bihar is promoted on the national and international platform is actually very different. So I would like to know from the audience, like how many of you have actually visited Bihar?
Sorry, ma'am, I couldn't hear
People
you.
who have actually, how many of you have actually visited Bihar? Have you visited Bihar?
No.
I did,
Okay, anyone
excuse
else?
me, ma'am. Let me tell one thing.
Go
I
ahead.
didn't visit Bihar, but I have worked with Bihar people more than 10 years.
Oh, amazing. And what was that?
I was in Dubai. There are more than 10 Bihar people who were from Patna, and we were working together for a railway project with Japanese.
Okay, so this is another beautiful aspect, beautiful attribute of Bihar, that you can see Bihari not only across each and every state and city of India, but you can find a Bihari across the world. In each and every country, you can definitely find a Bihari family or a Bihari individual. So if people are coming out of Bihar, they don't feel secluded and they don't feel alone, because they will definitely find someone from their state. So this is another feature of Bihar. Today, I have divided this Bihar experience or the Bihar chapter into 8 P's. We'll be covering these 8 P's while we'll be discovering Bihar. So the first P, which we'll be covering, is past, then position, people, places, products, parv, that is festivals, pride, and the last one is potential. So we'll be discussing about all these things when we'll be talking about Bihar. So the first P, the first pillar of this presentation is the past. We'll be discussing the history of Bihar. The second one is the position. We'll be discussing about the geography and the crossroad, the nearby country and the states which are having their borders shared with Bihar. Then we'll be talking about the people whose mind changed the world. Because in the introduction, when the chairman was talking about Bihar, he definitely took name of many people who have actually bring a revolution in the country and and across the world as well. Then we'll be talking about the places, the heritage, the legacy of Bihar. And after that, we'll be discussing about the products of Bihar, the agriculture, the craft. Because I feel this is a very important part. If any one of you want to have a trading business, or because once I'll come to the products, I'll be discussing about that in detail, because I know Kerala has a great legacy of exporting goods. So I'll be coming to that later. Then if we'll talk about the sixth pillar, that is Parv. In Hindi, for festival, we call it Parv. The festival is Parv in Hindi. Then the seventh pillar is the pride. We'll be talking about the modern icons, the celebrities which have evolved from Bihar. In the final one, the potential, we'll be discussing about the economy and the future of Bihar. So let's begin with the past and the history. As you can see on the screen, the Bihar's history I have started from the ancient time, because as the chairman has also researched, he was taking the name of few emperors as well. So I have started that history, sharing you the history of Bihar, the legacy of Bihar from 322 BC, when the Magadha Empire was ruling India. And that time, India was not only the map which we see right now. India was spanning across Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Tibet, Bhutan. All that was part of India, and that was called Akhand Bharat. So that time, Bihar held a very significant place in Akhand Bharat. It was the capital of the Akhand Bharat. And especially in the year 268 BC, when the great Samrat Ashoka was leading, the Patliputra was the capital of the Akhand Bharat. And does anyone know what is this age name of Patliputra? What is the modern name of Patliputra? What do you call Patliputra in existing time? Anyone? Any guesses?
Is it
Okay.
Patna?
We have, sorry?
Is it Patna?
Yes. It is Patna. And I would like to welcome my mentor, my elder brother. He's there in the meeting. Thank you, Bhaiya, for coming to support me. And he had wonderfully, beautifully elaborated the state of Uttar Pradesh. And we have our past zone president, Ashwini sir from Zone 3.
Thank you, Vashanda ma'am. Carry on, please.
Thank you so much. And we have other more people who are joining from my zone. Thank you for joining. So I was discussing about Patliputra. It was the capital of Akhand Bharat, the actual Bharat which existed in the ancient time. And the leader was the great Samrat Ashoka. So very well answered by the president that it is Patna. It is the current age, the modern age Patna. So if we'll talk about the transition from Patliputra to Patna, it is a very long time, like from BC to the current age, when this term Bihar came into existence, because that is also very important. Because initially Bihar was not called as Bihar, it was not termed as Bihar. During the Britishers' reign in India, when the Britishers were ruling India, it was under the Bengal presidency. It was a part of the Bengal part of India. So in that, the Bengal presidency was covering Bengal, West Bengal, the current age West Bengal, Bihar, and Odisha. All three current states were the part of Bengal presidency. But in 1911, there was a revolution which made Bihar the Bihar of current age. So in 1912, Bihar actually got its individual status and Bihar was formed. But that time, Bihar was having Odisha with it. So Bihar together with Odisha was called Bihar, and definitely Jharkhand was there as well. So Bihar, Jharkhand, and Odisha together were called Bihar in 1912. So because it was a big revolution moment, because the people of Bihar were feeling neglected, and when I talk about the ancient time, I was talking about the great emperors, and the Bihar was capital of Akhand Bharat. But how this happened that Bihar actually became poor, and the issues which it is facing right now. So that thing, that exploitation of Bihar, it started during the British Empire's rule. They looted Bihar. Bihar was having its own gold reserves. Bihar was having its own scriptures, cultures. As you all know that Nalanda was also there, and it was another period, another reign of an cruel emperor who actually burnt everything, and he destroyed the Mughal emperor who destroyed the history. But in the Britishers' rule as well, Bihar was looted, and Biharis were sent to different countries to serve as laborers. But in 1911, the revolution came and they asked for a separate state status where their rights would be recognized and they would be given the due justice. And later on, the year 1936, on 1st April, Odisha was separated from Bihar, and Bihar was having a different state status, and Odisha was a different state at that time. And later on, as you know, in 2002, Jharkhand was separated from Bihar, and after that, the current age Bihar was formed, which is having 38 districts currently. And we'll be discussing about the geography of Bihar as well in the next slide. But before that, I would like to mention regarding a special movement that was started in 1917. That was the Champaran Satyagraha movement. That was the first act of civil disobedience, and it was led by Mahatma Gandhi. The people of Bihar, they were forced to do the plantation of indigo dye. At minimum 15% of their crop, their land, they have to cultivate indigo dye, and that was ruining their crop. That it was making their land barren. So, and lots and lots of trouble was there in that times. So farmers were not getting their due revenue, and they were getting under lots and lots of credit. So that's why they went to Gandhiji. They came to know that a Indian lawyer who have learned, who have been educated in London, he has come to India. So they went to Gandhiji and they requested for this movement, which was named as Champaran Satyagraha, and it actually helped the people of Bihar, and the rulers and the Britishers. They actually stopped. They actually reinforced. They actually took back the decision of in forcefully enforcing the cultivation of indigo. Then after that, another important thing which came into existence, that was the great movement, which actually led to the formation of the first non-Congress political party in India. That was Janta Government. And this party was this party actually formed the first opposition, if I would say. This party formed the first opposition of the modern India, and this movement was carried out by many of the freedom fighters, and this actually this actually brought a big revolution in the history of India. And from there, the concept of opposition parties came. The Janta Government, it was actually working towards the development of the country, and it was actually protecting the right of the people, because as you all know, in democracy you need different parties. So this party came into existence, and after that many more parties joined in, and we got a proper kind of democratic kind of architecture. So Bihar has given many firsts to India. Among that is the first president of India. And I know all of you know about him. He was a celebrated personality. So Bihar has given India's its first president. Bihar has given India's its first opposition party to the government, and there were many first in the history of Bihar's. We'll be discussing them later on. If we'll talk about the geography of Bihar, the geography of Bihar is such that it has a span of 94,000 kilometers, which is between Himalayas and the Deccan, and it is wedged between the borders of the Himalayas and Deccan, and and the state of Bihar, it borders Nepal in the north. It is sharing the international border with Nepal in north, Uttar Pradesh in west, Jharkhand in south, and West Bengal in the east. So you can see the culture difference from the different neighboring states and country it is facing. Then if we'll talk about the fertility, because if the ancient empire's capital it was, then definitely there must be some natural resources. So the biggest natural resource that Bihar is having is the river Ganga. So the fertile Gangetic plains in the in the northern region and in the center region, they actually form the backbone of Bihar. If we'll talk about the the four-fronted, the provinces, we'll be talking about the Kemur range. So the Kemur range, it is in the south of the Bihar state, and it is a state as it is a sorry, it is a district as well. So, and do any one of you know that what is special about this Kemur range? Because I know many of you must have learned about the geography. So you must have come across this Kemur range. It is kind of the border of our country as well. Kind of border. If you can, if any one of you can unmute yourself and if you can share with me. Anyone from the audience? What is special about this Kemur range? Okay, I'll tell you. In the beginning, when you were seeing the video which I shared, there were a lot of green lands, if you can see there. So these green lands, they are the part of Kemur range only. And we are having the Valmiki Tiger Reserve. So it is a beautiful place. I have personally visited there many times for holidays and for a weekend. So if you, any one of you, if you get time to visit that part of the country, you should definitely go and visit this natural tiger reserve. Moving forward, I would like to show you the map of Bihar. So this is the map of Bihar, which is showcasing it 38 districts. And many of the famous districts are there. If I'll talk about Ashwini sir is here. He's from Gopal. He's a native of Gopalganj. And we talked about this Champaran movement. Now we have two parts of Champaran, two districts. There is Paschim Champaran and Purab Champaran. Further on, we'll talk about Vaishali. When we'll be talking about the legends from Bihar, we'll be talking about Nalanda. We had already talked about Patna, and we'll be talking about Madhubani itself. We'll be covering many of the states when we'll be moving forward in this training. Can you see the image on the screen? Can you see the image on the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay. Would you like to recognize this spiritual personality, the icon for all the females, for all the households? If you have, because all of you must have come across the ancient saga of Ramayana. So Mata Sita. So Mata Sita, she was born on the soil of Bihar. She was a daughter of Bihar. Did anyone of you know about this fact? Anyone from the audience? Did you know about this fact that Mata Sita was from Bihar? Isn't it amazing? Yes, Ashwini Bhaiya was knowing. Isn't it amazing? Okay, there's another legend. I hope any one of you can recognize him. Anyone from the audience?
Aryabhatta?
Yes, Aryabhatta. The man.
Chanakya.
He's Aryabhatta. Chanakya will be coming later. Yes, the costume and the disguise is same, but he's Aryabhatta, the great Aryabhatta, who gave the world the number 0, without which no calculations would have been possible, no computers, no AI, no modern age technology would have been possible. So the legend Aryabhatta was from Bihar itself. Then I am sure all of you must be knowing about the legend who has given the world one of the biggest religion,
Gautam Buddha.
Gautam Buddha. Gautam Buddha, who was the Prince Siddhartha, right? So moving further, another religion which came from Bihar, another great religion which came from Bihar.
Jainism.
Jainism. And this is Lord Mahavir. He was a native of Bihar itself. And a very important and interesting fact I would like to share with you all, that Gautam Buddha, Lord Buddha, and Lord Mahavira, both of them existed during the same time in Bihar, during the 6th century. One was spreading Buddhism, the other was spreading Jainism. But I researched about it. They never came across, but both of them were preaching the humanity, sacrifice, spirituality, and this moment they started from Bihar itself, because you all know that Buddha got enlightenment. He was not born in Bihar; he was born in Nepal. But you can say Bihar was his karma bhumi. He got his enlightenment from Bihar, sitting under that Bodhi tree. Then the next one is
Chanakya.
Chanakya. Now, the Chanakya legend, the legendary Chanakya, the witty Chanakya, who supported Chandragupta Maurya to become the biggest leader in the history. So all these legends are from Bihar. So you can see the beauty of Bihar, the culture of Bihar, the concentration of the world-changing minds in Bihar. These are only handful. These are only few, because I was told I have only 50 minutes. So I chose the best of the best I could. Moving further, we'll be talking about few of the emperors, which we have already covered in the beginning. If you can recognize the great emperor on the screen. So we had talked about him earlier as well. He was the first emperor. He was the first emperor of the Magad Empire.
Ashoka.
Chandragupta Maurya. Ashoka was the third one.
Oh, okay.
So Chandragupta Maurya was the first emperor. And earlier I told you as well that Chanakya was working under the leadership of Chandragupta Maurya. Then comes Ashoka, the third emperor from the same dynasty. Then, can you recognize the legend on the screen? So, I would like to tell you, he is Guru Gobind Singh Ji. Guru Gobind Singh Ji, all of you must have heard about him. Yes, he was also born on the soil of Bihar. He is also son of Bihar. So, these three men, three different empires, three different times, all are world changers, world changing leaders. Now I'll be talking about the fourth pillar. Initially, I told you that this module has been comprising of 8 pillars. The fourth pillar is places, the heritage sites. And I'm sure you must have heard about all of them. Nalanda University, all of you know, it was during 5th century, and it was having the most number of students, 9,000 students, 2,000 teachers, and students and teachers were coming from across South Asia, and it was much technically advanced, what the best of the best universities are today. But unfortunately, only few of the things we could recover from the rains. Then the next one is the Mahabodhi temple. You know, it is the place where Lord Buddha got the enlightenment, and it is one of the most visited place in India. Tourists and Buddhists from across the world, they come and visit this place. This is a place of worship for them. The next one is Patliputra, Patna. So as I told earlier, it was the capital of the Mauryan Empire, right? Then Vaishali. Vaishali is the place where Lord Mahavira, he started preaching, from where he got his enlightenment. So Vaishali was that place. So these are the special 4 heritage sites where people specially visit. There are n number of places, because if you remember in the video which I shared initially, all these places were there. And these are the heritage sites. Few of them have the status of World Heritage Site from UNESCO as well. We'll talk about places. See this image. If you see this image at first instance, you can feel that it is somewhere abroad. You can feel these landscapes are from Switzerland. But this is not Switzerland, my dear friends. It is Bihar's hillscapes. So this is beautiful, serene Bihar. In the next image, you can see these green fields. This is not Greenland. This is Kaimur, which I was talking to you earlier as well. It's beautiful waterfalls, amazing green lands. Then the next in the image. At the first instance, at the first glimpse, you might think that this is Thailand. But this is not Thailand. This is Bodh Gaya. And in the last image, you can see the tiger reserve and the safari. Uh, this is not Indonesia. This is the Valmiki Tiger Reserve I was talking about, which is very near to the Nepal border. And beautiful flora and fauna it is having. So, how people see Bihar, how Bihar is promoted. People think that Bihar is very backward and uh, uh, it is highly populated. People don't have that much of civic sense, and people are living in slums, and people are not educated. But my dear friends, this is not the real Bihar, because in beginning, if you have heard that our ZB, he was telling when he hear the word Bihar, he thinks of IS. So the maximum number of IPS, they are from Bihar. Bihar is the mine of IAS administrators of India. So Bihar is not, we are not falling far from achieving our Nalanda status again, because if you know that again, the Nalanda University have come up, and I'll be discussing about it further. And there are a lot of IITs and AIMS in Bihar. And we are working on the education as well. So Bihar is not far away from getting that status of the best educator, the land of education. And Bihar has given the world many first, as I've told you. It has given number 0, Buddhism, Ahimsa, Jainism, and the first president to India. It has beautiful landscape, as you have seen in the images before. You can confuse it with Switzerland, Greenland, Thailand, Indonesia. It is home to Nalanda, Bodh Gaya, Vaishali's, Valmiki Tiger Reserve, Kaimur, and many other heritage sites. So, and Bihar's economy is very fast growing, because if you have done research, or if you have come across the startups, there are many startups which are coming from Bihar, because Bihar have all the resources. If you talk about human, if you talk about natural resources, there are lots and lots many resources which are given naturally to Bihar from God. So my dear friends, now change your perspective of Bihar. Bihar is not, which is seen in small clips or a 2-hour movie. Bihar is actually very different. Now we'll be talking about the 5th pillar of Bihar, that are the products, which I told you that we'll be discussing about it further. Like you can communicate with the people of Bihar, and you can come with trading, because I know Kerala is very good in trading. You are trading spices and many more things across the world. So if we'll talk about the international trading as well, Bihar is the largest trade producer and traders of makhana. If you can see on the screen, it is makhana foxnut. So Bihar is the largest producer and trader of foxnut. And the second image, if you can see on the screen, can you recognize what is it? Which grain is it? Which grain is it? Which food grain is it? It is the food grain which is consumed the most in Kerala. What do you eat every day in Kerala? Which food grain? Yes.
Give me one more clue.
Which like what is the biggest constituent of your dishes in other than
Rice.
rice?
Rice.
Yes, this is rice. This is Kala Namak rice. So it has the best fragrance. this fragrance cannot you cannot compete with this fragrance. None of the rice in the world can compete with its fragrance, and it is super tasty and it has wonderful fragrance. And I believe it is one of the most costliest rice that is sell across the world. And we have a lot of international trading is of this Kala Namak rice. Can you see the image on the screen? What is it? This is a fruit which is worldwide famous. This fruit is worldwide famous from Bihar, and it is from Muzaffarnagar. It is a district thing. This is lychee. Okay. Then in the next image, if you can see, there is a mine which is having lot of gold in it. So, my dear friend, Bihar is having its own gold reserve in the district of Jamui. Did you knew about it? That Bihar is having its own gold reserve. The next is a very famous, the most famous art form of Bihar. This is Madhubani painting. I am sure you must have come across different art forms of Madhubani painting, not only on the walls, but on the cloth as well, saris, dupattas, kurtas. So this is a very famous, world famous art form of Bihar. Another world famous art form of Bihar is Sujini embroidery. So this is a very intricate embroidery, which comes from Bihar. Now we'll talk about the sixth pillar of Bihar, that is Parv, the festivals and traditions of Bihar. As the chairman has told in the beginning regarding the Chhat Puja. So my dear friends, Chhat Puja is celebrated across the world, and this celebration is very, very old. And across the world, over 100 million people do this celebration of Chhat Puja. It is a festival of 4 days. And in this festival, we worship the sun. So people fast, they worship Lord Sun, and lots of special delicacies are cooked. People wear new clothes, and family celebrates both the. This is the only festival which celebrates both the dawn and the dusk. Then we don't only celebrate the rising sun, we celebrate the setting sun as well. Both forms of sun is celebrated during the Chhat Puja. Another special traditional festival of Bihar is Sonpur Mela, which is the biggest cattle fair of Asia. And a lot of people visit Bihar during this festival time of Sonpur Mela. If we talk about the seventh and the most interesting, or the pillar of Bihar, which most of the people present here, I believe all of the people present here could recognize this personality. So these are the modern Bihar's personality. The first one is our first president. He was the son of Bihar, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. There is no point guessing the second personality. Everyone knows the Thala for the reason. And he was a son of Bihar. Later on, Bihar was separated and Jharkhand was formed. So we know him as the sport personality from Jharkhand, but yes, he's from Bihar only. Then the next personality, he has given the Bhojpuri industry its own name and fame in the Bollywood. So I'm sure you must be knowing this personality, Mr. Manoj Bajpayee. Another very famous personality, if you love watching OTT contents, you must be knowing this personality. This personality is none other than the famous Pankaj Tripathi. So moving ahead, if we talk about Chhat Puja, we have to talk about Sharda Sinha. She's the voice of Chhat Puja, and she's a Padam Bhushan awardee. Another Padam Bhushan awardee on the screen, if you can recognize him. If you love poetry, Hindi poetry, if you have come across Hindi poetry, you must have come across his poems as well. He is none other than the legend Ramdhari Singh Dinkar. He was a great poet and definitely a Padma Bhushan winner. Now, the most important part of the new Bihar and its future and the opportunities. The first one is Education Hub. As I informed you earlier as well, that the Nalanda University has reopened. IITs are expanding. AIMS and more central institutes are investing in Bihar because they know of the brain of Bihar. Initially, our ZP sir, he has mentioned, Ek Bihari Sab Pe Bhari. So if I'll translate this term in English, it means that one Bihari person can tackle 100 other people, 100 people together. So we call it Ek Bihari Sab Pe Bhari. And then the industrial revolution is there. A lot of manufacturing, agri industries, renewable energy plants, and a lot of new startups and industrial revolution is there in Bihar. And yes, if we talk about tourism, we know that Bihar is not only catering the national tourists, it is also catering the international tourists, especially from Southeast Asia. Lots and lots of pilgrims, they come and visit Bihar. And Bihar government has made a special Bihar government has made special arrangements for them. There is Buddhist circuit as well in Bihar. Beautiful landscapes of Kemur, Valmiki Tiger Reserve, Sonpur Mela, and a lot of other ecotourism is there in Bihar. Then the next economic rise, which I was talking about, that Bihar is the fastest growing economy in India. So the rising culture of new age agriculture, the opening of new export market, Kala Namak, Makhana, we are exporting across the world. And if I would like to summarize the session or the beauty or the legacy or the culture of Bihar, I would definitely like to sum up with these few points. That is what Bihar has given this country. And not only the country, what Bihar has given this world. It has given the number 0, Buddhism and enlightenment, ahimsa and non-violence, Jainism in the form of Jainism. The chakra on the flag came from Bihar only, from the Emperor Ashoka. Democracy's first satyagraha, which was led by Mahatma Gandhi, India's first president, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. Beautiful Madhubani art, craft, agriculture, and definitely different forms of clothes which Bihar has given. There are beautiful festivals, great delicacies which Bihar has given. Initially, someone has answered Litti Chokha. Litti Chokha is the most famous delicacy from Bihar, and I feel I have especially thanks to JCI, I have visited many states in India, and I am sure everywhere you can find a Litti Chokha counter. So you can definitely go and search on Google this wonderful delicacy from Bihar, Litti Chokha. And I would recommend all of you to please try it. It is exceptionally delicious, and it is having the beauty of Bihar. And definitely, I would like all of you to recall this training and remember me when you will be savoring on Litti Chokha. People who are still shaping the world, there are many wonderful personalities which Bihar has given the world, like IAS, IPS, and different celebrities. So, my dear friends, I would like to sum up with this statement. Bihar isn't a charity case, what people think. Bihar is a sleeping giant, which is definitely coming forward, and it will conquer not only India, but the world very soon. Jai Bihar. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. It was wonderful for me also, turning the pages and knowing more about the legacy and the history of Bihar. That's all from my side. And as a closing note, I would again like to share the video with you all, which I shared in the beginning, because I feel it will be more relevant for you now to see that video. So that is not an AI generated video. These are the real landscapes and beauty of Bihar. So the video is here. Thank you so much for your patient listening, for your time, for your invitation. Thank you so much. Over to you, Chairman.
Thank you, Vasundhara ma'am, for taking us through such an inspiring journey across Bihar. Today's session reminded us that true greatness is created through knowledge, values, vision, and ferociousness. From Nalanda's pursuit of learning to both Gaya's message of enlightenment, Bihar continues to inspire every generation to think deeper, lead better, and serve with purpose. The floor is now open for reflections, questions, and key takeaways from our participants. Dear participants, the floor is open for feedback.
Hello, thank you, Chairman. Good evening, ma'am. First of all, thank you for accepting the invite. The key highlight was how you tried to present Bihar. Like there's a misconception that it's a backward state. Lot of poverty is there, rush is there. It's means a lot of misconceptions are there, and the whole idea of this program is actually just bypassing these myths and preconceived notions. So that was something that I would carry back. It's a rich state, ancient and ancient beyond ancient, if I can say. Lot of history is there. Lot of things are there where we can revisit and like it was like a step back to my schooling days. Lot of things got refreshed, so it was wonderful, and the way you presented was beautiful. So thank you so much for your time. Can I ask a question, ma'am? What about JCI presence in Bihar? Any LOs are
Yes.
there?
Yes. We have two local organizations in Bihar currently, and one is in Gopalganj and one is in Darbhanga.
Thank you so much. And I would also like to recognize JC Ashwani Kumar sir. He was the first speaker in this whole series. So great to see you, sir. It's the 23rd session. Thank you for opening up the whole program. Great to see you. And special thanks to Jason sir and ZP sir, Zone 3 for attending. Thank you so much. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, Sudesh sir, our president, J.C. Prayer, and anyone else to feedback? Yeah. Okay. Now we will go through and the session. Thank you very much for your reflections, Mr. Siddhesh. As we conclude tonight's session, let us carry forward the enduring lessons of Bihar. Seek knowledge before seeking recognition. Build character before building success. Transform challenges into opportunities for growth. Lead with wisdom, humility, and compassion. Create a legacy through service, learning, and continuous improvement. Bihar teaches us that civilizations are remembered not merely for their wealth, but for the ideas they contribute to humanity. May we become leaders who create lasting impact not only through what we achieve, but through the values we live by. May I now invite JC Shiji Manoj to deliver the vote of thanks.
Good evening, everyone. Every destination teaches us something unique. Tonight, Bihar reminds us that the strongest foundation of leadership are built through knowledge, values, and perseverance. On behalf of JCI Tripurayar, I extend our heartfelt gratitude to JFS Vasundhara Singh for sharing her valuable insights and helping us discover the timeless wisdom and enduring spirit of Bihar. Ma'am, your leadership journey and inspiring presentation have made today's session both enriching and memorable. My sincere appreciation goes to our President, JCHEF Siddhesh Seshidharan, whose vision continues to make the India Incredible series a meaningful platform for understanding the diversity, heritage, and strength of our nation. My heartfelt thanks also to our Secretary, JCHEF Anjali Hari, Treasurer JC Srijit Chandran, VP Training JHEF Kunnath Manoj, Program Director Anjali Manoj, and every member whose dedicated effort made today's program successful. Finally, My sincere gratitude to every participant. Your enthusiasm, curiosity, and active participation are what transform every session into a meaningful learning experience. May we lead today inspired to pursue knowledge, uphold values, and lead with wisdom. Thank you.
Thank you, Shriji Manoj. Bihar reminds us that the greatest monuments are not always built with stone. They are built with ideas. Empires may rise and fall, but wisdom, character, and knowledge continue to shape generations. May we become lifelong learners, courageous leaders, and humble servants who build a stronger society through purpose, integrity, and action. India incredible. Know India, feel India, lead India. Thank you. Jai Hind, Jai JCI. Thank you, Vasundhara ma'am. Thank you very much for your presence here. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.